Welcome to Anything is Possible. We're checking out a new spot today. Beautiful day out. It's about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And excuse me, but that end rod just had a huge hit. I'm going to go check the line and be right back to welcome everybody in as they find the channel. But we're fishing for channel cats and carp on a local creek in a stinky time of year. But we're trying to locate them. So we'll hang live for about an hour. And if nothing's going on, I'll just drop out of the live. But we are in a new spot. We're trying to figure out where we're going to fish next week for the Sunfish King tournament. So let me go down and check that end rod, make sure the line's tight. We're using pack bait, but we're also using fresh caught. Oh, there it goes again. Gonna move us around a little bit. Welcome in, guys. I'm trying to get the angle right here, and we actually are getting hit on that end rod. I think it looks better to you guys than it does to me because the sun's blinding me here. Bud Files, welcome in. Richard Jarvis, welcome in, buddy. National Parks Princess, good to see you guys. Thanks for coming by. We got a beautiful day. We've been fishing all day, doing videos and recording, but not for carp. So I wanted to relax a little bit. Kevin went to the pool with mom and his brother. So I figured I'd set up over here, try out a new spot. We have fished this once or twice before. I've caught some large bass out of here and some catfish not far from here, nothing of size, but our biggest, some of our biggest, oh, the end rod. Look at that. That's the second time the fish has hit that rod in the 2 minutes we've been live. It's almost like a curse to get hit that quick. But we'll see. Maybe it's going to develop into a great day here. Daniel Barry, welcome in. We just got started. I got the lines in the water. We've got two set up for carp. One set up with a frozen chub, creek chub. That's more for catfish, so no catches yet, but I mean, we've been live 3 minutes and I've been fishing maybe 5 and I've had 2 hits. So that rod furthest away, keep an eye on it, and it's getting bumped right now, but there's definitely something on that pack. That's one of the pack bait rods. If you don't know what pack bait is, that pack bait is just a bunch of breadcrumbs, jello, strawberry jello powder, and sweet corn formed into a ball, wrapped around the weight. So it's a big chunk of bait out there. And the carp will come and sit on and eat up. So you got to be patient because they could be bumping that pack and not on the hook yet. So you got to wait till they get the piece of corn that's on the hook. These are like semi-circle hooks, so they pretty much hook themselves. You get the drag set right. You wait for the takedown. That way I can talk to you guys and hang out. Skilled Core, welcome back in. Good to see you. Hope you guys are doing good. What are y'all up to today? This time of year, I do a lot of, like, you know, it's hard to record and go live because you know the fishing's not going to be good. But this is such an important time to, like, get your, you got to get your finger on the pulse, as they say. Figure out where the fish are starting to wake up at, because we still have snow on some of the ground here. We had ice this morning again on the water. It was down in the teens last night. but we're going up into the 60s this week. So by the end of this week, it's going to look like a different month altogether. It's really going to start popping. And, you know, we want to be a step ahead of everyone else. So that's why we do these times. Kazwan, good to see you. Welcome in. I'm hoping to get one in. I just don't want to overpromise with today. I'm not going to be one of those guys who are like, oh, today's going to be the day, and then I get the 20th skunk. But the biggest challenge we have around here is that all the spots that I have been fishing successfully all winter, it's slow, but I've been getting them. I've had a few skunks here and there, but I've also had plenty of good lives with nice fish caught. But a lot of those bodies of water in Pennsylvania also happen to be stocked with trout. And all of those any body of water stocked with trout in Pennsylvania, or to be stocked with trout in Pennsylvania, they're closed down from February 18th to April 1st. So I lose all those spots. Hey, Jerry Hager, fishing and powder coating. How's it going, y'all? Awesome, awesome. It's going awesome, man. It's going awesome out here fishing, living the dream. Hope you're doing well. I think that's a new name for me, unless I don't recognize the name, but I have a bad memory. Oh man, Skilled Core's rubbing it in out in California. Sweet. Stephen Merchant, there's one of my members. Thanks for coming in. Welcome in. Good to see you. Nebraska, sweet. Mid-60s here. Awesome, awesome. What are you fishing for, Jerry Hager? You guys are just coming in, please hit the thumbs up if you don't mind. Helps get the algorithm out, just in case something happens. And if you're not subscribed, we're pretty much a fishing channel. We do 90%, maybe 99% fishing content or fishing related content, because that's pretty much our life. And Rod just got tapped again. So yeah, that's what we do here. It's usually me and my youngest son, Kevin, who's now 10 years old. In the summertime, you'll see him all the time. On the lives this time of year, he's not sitting in a chair very long. Thank you, Kaz. Appreciate it. Whatever bites. That's what I'm saying, Jerry. That is what I'm saying. Whatever bites. I even got my ultralight behind me. I was thinking of casting out a worm, but you feel so silly like casting in some of these spots around here because everything's just so slow that you know, you're doing like a rubber worm or something. You're basically twitching it and letting it sit 10 seconds, twitching it, letting it sit. Might as well just cast it out there and let it sit all together. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, my wife and I used to fish all the time together before kids. And I think Kevin has replaced her on the boat. Not she's always home taking care of everything else, but we get her out occasionally, and she's darn good at fishing as well. She'll be out in trout season once they open up here. She loves catching trout too. Randy, welcome in. There's Randall Rhino Outdoors. Appreciate you coming by. Feel free to share yourselves out or share a friend out. Always cool to do in our lives here. I just found going through my bucket next to me. I found this rock. It's pretty cool looking. Never seen a rock like that around here. Kind of looks like obsidian a little bit. I don't know. It's going home though. Lyle, my 12-year-old's huge in the rocks. We got rocks in every room in the house. Give him something to do tonight. You can check that out. Kevin is at the pool. He went swimming. We fished earlier today together. Well, you'll see it in the next video, but we stocked up on bait for the upcoming spring catfish season, I guess we'll call it. I generally run the net while she catches the fish. Yeah, I'm officially the net man, Jerry. I know what you mean. There's nothing wrong with being a net man. Hey, Bern, welcome in. Good to see you. Paula Tyga. Snow is just melting on the Tug Hill, upstate New York. I can't wait for days like that to fish myself. Tug Hill is a spot I've been many times. I used to race fat bikes up there a lot. Right in Tug Hill. I'm trying to think of the park name, but they do a lot of cross-country skiing in there. And I know that's why it's there. They get dumped on with the snow. I remember driving up there for many races and it was no snow on the ground. And you're like, oh, there's not going to be any race up here. There's no way we're going to be skiing or biking in the snow. And you turn off the highway and like 3 miles from the park, all of a sudden there'd be 3 feet of snow. Really cool spot. It's going to drive me nuts, the name of that park. We fish up there for salmon too, up in that area. Salmon River's not too far, I believe. I think it's right there, actually. The park I'm thinking of anyway. I think that's the spot. There's also a summer race up there, maybe a little bit further up. Hardcore 24. We're allowed 3 in Pennsylvania, 3 Pauls, Paula. The wife just caught a baby channel cat. Yo, that's awesome, Jerry. Congrats. It stinks around here for channels. Like, they don't stock them anywhere anymore. There used to be a good number in this creek. And I know some people think I share out a lot of information and I'm dialing it back a bit because people just take advantage. You know how it is. Like, everybody wants to get the tip. And, you know, around here it's just been completely decimated. We're about an hour from Philadelphia. And, man, a van will show up and like 10 guys will come out here and they will just take every single fish they catch. Which, it's hard to blame them, I guess. I'd probably do the same thing if I was in their shoes. But it also frustrates me and angers me a little bit. So, yeah, if I'm ever not telling you a spot, there's a reason. That being said, you send me a message or email, and especially if you're taking a little kid out, I'll make sure you get on some fish. Yep, Winona State Forest. That's exactly where it is. Winona State Forest. Thank you, Paul. That was going to drive me nuts if you didn't tell me that. Yep. In fact, they used to do a multi-race, I don't know what you'd call it, like a weirdo winter triathlon, I guess. It was snowshoes, biking, and skiing. That was a cool event. But yeah, I don't want to go down that whole discussion because I'm 1% of 1% of people that do the whole sport of fat biking, and I've been doing it since the 90s. So nobody even knew what they were back then, but I happened to be living in Alaska at the time, and it was kind of a thing up there already. Hapless Angler, what's going on? It got cold last night. Hapless is not far from me. I'm sure it was even colder over there. Man, we went out fishing early this morning, went back to the spot we caught 30 fish at yesterday, and it was solid ice. We had to move on. We don't eat fish. We just take pictures and turn them loose. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with eating them, too, as long as you follow the rules. But I've watched some of these people that I speak of, and they just fill buckets, and they don't know any size limits. They don't speak English. They don't understand the rules or act like they understand the rules, and it's bad. But I will say, you know, especially living in Alaska, there's a weird level of respect I have for that type of living too, because when you're living off the land, whether if that's what they're doing or whatever, everyone's got their own opinion, but they are definitely using the resources. Whoop, and Rod just got hit again. If I have a takedown on that, you're going to see me disappear down that hill to the creek, and it's like a sandy soil. I don't know if you can tell that or not. So I very well may come up wet and show you the fish and then go home. We'll see what happens. This is one of those spots where you first catch the fish and then you figure out how you're going to land the fish. Yeah, hapless. It was stinking cold. I don't know if I think you were in the live last night. We went out last night. Man, I did not have the right gear on. I mean, not because I'm dumb, just because we fished all day and I didn't have the right gear. And Kevin wanted to fish. So we lit a fire up to stay warm, but trying to get the camera right and the lighting right. The only spot I could set up was downwind, so I was just inhaling smoke the whole time. Paula lives on the Salmon River. My dad was from Philly. Ever up here, look us up. Deer camp on the tug. Oh my God, Paula. Yeah, I would love to get up there. Careful what you say, because I will be up in your driveway. That is, yeah. We fish Salmon River near Altmar, and that's what I'm a salmon fisher in Alaska. Is like I guided up there before kids. That's what I did, and then I came back to Pennsylvania, and I didn't really fish for salmon because I didn't want to go up and deal with the New York crowd on the rivers. Just after fishing in remote Alaska, it was like nah. But then after having the boys, they're 10 and 12 now, I started getting back into it. And now I'm totally back into it. But it's a different experience. It's awesome, but it's just a different experience. Like you're going out to like spend the day on the river. In Alaska, you're going out to catch dinner. It's easy to catch them. We keep fish for a friend once or twice a year, but nothing gets kept. Yeah, that's what we did in Alaska. We would always leave the big females go, or we try not to kill any females, just take the males, just because of the way they lay their eggs and all. But we couldn't get too picky because we didn't have any grocery stores, and we were like straight out of high school, and there was times where we weren't. I was drilling my own holes through my belt. That was a long time ago, but there's some tough times. You think you're a good fish, you're a good angler. You go out there to catch dinner and you can't catch one. You realize real quick that's desperation. Thank God for pike. Burns said we get some fine salmon coming up the river. Uh, River Leven here in Scotland. That's awesome. Stephen, we're fishing for. I've got two rods in for carp, the two end bookcase rods, and the one in the middle actually has creek chub. We caught a bunch of these guys recently. So my next video is going to be, I'll give you a quick preview. It's just going to be on how to catch, preserve, and there's a few tricks up our sleeve on preserving them so that they work good for catfish bait. Oh, and rod. Come on. Maybe I should set that. Could be a little channel playing on that. There we go. We're on. good one. It's a good one. Real good fish, I think. I hope it's not a turtle. It could be a turtle. Oh, please don't be a turtle. Weird that it came up high right now. It's a good comment. He's coming in now. Yeah, real nice common. Holy cow, that's a good one. Ooh, baby. That's fish right there. Oh boy. Whew. That might be my PB. That might, lengthwise, that's probably my PB. Maybe not. Let me get him unhooked, guys. Got him down here on a little pad. Holy cow, that's a good one. Whew. Easy, buddy. Easy, easy, easy. Easy. Get you back in no time. Holy cow, that's a big fish. It's got some gold in it, too. As usual, I ain't going to take time to measure it. Oh, that's a big fish. For me, anyway. Okay. He bent that hook all up. There he is, guys. If you can see that, I hope you can see that all right. Get that fish. You guys see it okay? Can you guys see that fish? I hope so. I'm gonna back it away slow so you can still see it. I don't know if you can see it when I'm up close. I'm gonna go get this guy released. Let me get him back in his cushion. Come on, buddy. out of there. Closer is better. Hey, Stuart, I got something for you, buddy. Right there. You like that? You like that? All right, let me get him back in. I told Kevin I thought they were hiding down this side of the creek. He's like, I don't even want to come out with you. He gets real cocky. He thinks he knows where all the fish are. I told him. Look what he did to that hook. He destroyed that. Whew. Gonna have to make this barbless to get it fixed here. There we go. Man, he took the fake corn. I've never had one take the fake corn off. It was a hungry bugger. Not gonna lie, that made my day right there. That made my day. Well, he toasted that. I'm gonna re-rig this real quick. Got an extra one here. I don't have faith in that rig now that he bent it all up. So I'm just gonna do the right thing. Because if I don't do it now, who knows when I'll do it. Where my pliers go. And that was a long, I've caught fatter, but he was pretty long. Definitely not the PB. When he was coming in, I thought he might have been. But there's a good bit of current out there. My biggest, trying to think, biggest was 37. I know that's probably nothing for some of you, but for here it's a big. We don't have a lot of big fish around here. I got to get back in chat and see what. I'm sure Stuart's over there talking trash by now. I'm coming, Stuart. I'm coming. Have fun. Have fun while you can. I'll come lock you out. Actually, he's my second oldest member. I guess I can't lock him out. That would be a bad business move. He's still pretty funny though. I need to catch a catfish. I'm trying to make this stupid catfish video in like the worst time of year to catch a catfish. But once catfish season starts, I'm probably not going to be doing a lot of videos. I'm just going to be fishing live. I may come down here and fish tomorrow morning before work. But this is close to my house, so I can't fish long. It's still an hour drive to my office. I don't even know if I really have a job, but I guess I'll still show up. Not exactly sure what I do. Let's get some more pack bait on, get this out, and I'll be back to chat. This is my rig. You know what? I'll rig it over here. Somebody new in here might want to see what I do, but this is the pack rig I use, MSR. I think it's called method feeder, down to the hair rig. Pack bait recipe I have in my how-to playlist. Put a ball of it like that, sneak the corn on the back side of it, and then pack it in there. I got to do it over the bucket because I'm very low on pack bait. So that's what you have. And I take the hook and I'll push it down in the middle and then pack it up a little bit more. That way you have a pile and whoop, hook came out. Pack bait's a little dry, it's been out all day. So you want the corn to float above the pile like that. That's the idea anyway. If the hook comes loose, not a big deal. It's only going a couple inches away from the pile. But I do want to pack it nice and tight so I can get it out there. Okay. Yeah, boy. Let's go. It was awesome. That was awesome. He's been playing with that rod the whole time. Now let me go catch up. Stuart, I'm going back to chat. Don't worry. I'm going to go back and see all this crap he talked. That was a good one. Thank you, Stephen Merchant. Appreciate that. I got to go further back when Stuart come in. Paula said, "It's sincere. I grew up between the bridges in Pulaski on the deep hole, the bend. I'm in my 60s, hunted and fished here my whole life. I'm actually Paula's husband." Awesome. That is really cool. I appreciate that. I might look you up. I fish with my boys mostly, and I'd probably be up there with Kevin. We go up every fall. Last year we actually went late fall and went for the steelhead, but oh, end rod again. Look at that. So there's a little creek. Ooh, I heard a bell. End rod, here we go. He's down. He's on. Woo. Another good one. Another good one. We're on again. We're on again. What was that? Definitely a better fight in the creeks. Man, they get out in that current. Woo! Got last run in them here. Another big common. Come on, buddy, get up here. Oh, another big boy, another big one. Holy cow. Give me a second, I'm unhooked. Got him on the blanket this time. Come on, buddy. Let's get you out of here. All right. Okay. Another good carp right there. Not a bad fish, right? I'm gonna get him back in.
Having some luck, huh?
Couple carp.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let me get this back in. I'll be back to chat. What are you guys fishing for?
We were here yesterday fishing for muskie,
Yeah.
and we ended up foul hooking a carp, so we decided to come back and try our luck for carp.
Yeah. Definitely some good fishing here. There's two of the city dwellers right there. I got to skip some of chat to get caught up. Still too far behind. Yeah, fishing's pretty good. We found them. Even a blind squirrel, you know? You know what they say? Cool to catch them with 2 different rods. I usually end up catching them all in the same setup. All right, back in. Let's go. Let's go for the hat trick. Terry B, good to see you. I don't remember if I said hi to you. I don't think I did. I saw you, but I was running back and forth. Fishing action's pretty good. There's Darren, Granny Boy. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, you know what? This is a pretty big creek here. It runs down into the Schuylkill River, 20 miles from here. So it's a pretty good creek. A lot of current out there. It's probably 8 to 10 feet. Not a lot of deep sections in this creek, but this is one. So, you know, they got to head to the deeper water in winter. And this spot's just, oh, end rod's going again. Let's see if it goes down. The fishing around here just in the summers just isn't good in this spot. But, you know, that just goes to show you, they move around. So what spot stinks in the summer, you might have a, you know, you might have a bad opinion of that spot, but don't give it up. Go visit it in a different time of year, and you might get a different result like this. Paula said, as a boy, I would give them to a man that would pickle them in the canning jars. Does anyone know someone that does that? Pick the right spot. Paula, I do. We do canned fish. In fact, we're doing. I'll give it away since we're having a conversation. But we're doing a pretty big video coming up on. We're basically making our own sardines, but we're using some of the local minnows like creek chubs and things like that for the video. But yeah, we jar them. Kevin's at the swim pool because he told me this spot stinks, Stuart. He said this spot stinks, and I said, I know, but I think it's going to be good right now. You might recognize that bridge for some of our night gorilla fishing. We've set up right under that bridge. But this spot usually stinks. I have earned my stripes. I'm so happy to be catching fish without Kevin here, because I always hear that I'm the net man and all this trash talk coming mainly from Scotland. The people in Scotland just think Kevin's the greatest, and Bob not so much, but I'm the big fan. Yeah, he definitely had he was not as long, but he had a little more weight to him. Let's see if I missed any. Now I scroll back. Yeah, I borrowed the stocking truck. Oh man, Paula, that's I shouldn't say Paula. I keep calling you Paula. I don't know what your name is, but Paula's husband. That's awesome. I really appreciate that invite, and I will definitely search you out and try to set up with you, and that would be amazing, amazing, amazing. The screen, it's got Stewart said the green screen is on fire today. That's why we set up on this bank, Stewart. You can't see my diver down there. He's busy hooking fish for me. All right, thank you, Stewart. Appreciate that. Let me put the heart on it. See that? See how easy that is, Stewart? I touched your $2 and a heart showed up. No F-bombs, no cursing like you had last night. It just was easy peasy. But I appreciate that very much. Thank you for that. Bern, I shouldn't paint with a wide brush. I'm speaking specifically to one Scott. Oh Lord. You've seen my face, you know I'm of your heritage here. I don't know how I got here, but I'm definitely a good bit Scottish. Two gingers in my house running around. Mike, all right, cool, thank you. Hey Ray, running solo today, just to show Stewart I know how to fish. Good to see you. I mean, see, this is what happens in the winter. He wants to go to the swim club. In the summer, he will literally be, you guys that have been on my channel a while know, he will just jump in. I will fish and catch fish right near him. He'll be swimming out there. He's a goofball. He'll probably be swimming in 2 weeks, honestly. I think last year he was swimming after, a couple weeks after the ice was out, he was in that water. I want that middle rod to go. I know it's harder to see because it's all black, but that thing goes, it's a good fish. That's going to be a muskie or a nice bass taking down that chub. Hey, Chad, welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. Kevin will be good. Yeah, Kevin might be down here with me tomorrow. I'm so happy watching polls. Yeah, Ray, I had to name the live so fast because I cast it out. It's inevitable. You know this from going live. You go live and then you have to rig and throw the lines in so everyone can see everything. But then you feel like you're immediately being rude to everybody in chat. So that's not good. And usually you don't have a fish right away, especially with carp fishing. But today I set it up and I was like, you know what, I'm going to get all the rods in the water, then I'm going to go live so I can just relax and not be stressed. And as soon as the rods were in the water, the end rod was going. I mean, it was going immediately. I'm like, okay, I better go live. So I was rushing to get live. And then we had a couple hits immediately and then nothing for like 20 minutes or whatever till he took it down. But yeah, my thumbnail, I don't know, I'm not a tech guy, but it takes the thumbnail automatically. And I know how to redo it, but if I have to upload something, like I do that at home, I usually just point at the rods and hope for the best. The way YouTube works, I've learned not to put too much thought into it because it don't matter. Yeah, Mike, I'll definitely look you up, buddy. I really appreciate that. The boys know know of my past of guiding, and I still have a business up in Alaska that we don't operate, but we still own. And then we take them up to New York, and we can't catch a stinking fish. It'd be nice to get up there and be able to spend some time out there. We usually end up driving up Friday night, and it's like a 5-hour drive. So we get there, and we're tent camping. Maybe this year car camping. We just got a sponsor for a carp camping kit. But it's usually rough conditions, and wake up the next morning, fish sun up to sundown. I think you need 4 days, and we only have 1, 2 tops, you know. 4, you're gonna find them. There's Sam V8. What's going on, buddy? I enjoyed the drag racing. Sam at V8's been doing his lives the last few nights at the drag races. And as you can tell, if you've seen some of my recent shorts, and you'll see them coming up this week, I have you to blame for some of these shorts. Kevin came up in his brain, you know, he's only 10, but he came up in his brain that he likes to drag race fish now. So check out some of the shorts, you'll see what we're talking about. Oh man, winds are picking up. Hope it doesn't sound too bad. Don't tempt me, Burn. I will put 2 big treble hooks. Here. I carry this all the time. I'm waiting. I see a muskie. I will put a carp out there with that treble right on its dorsal. I'm a Boy Scout, always prepared. I want to create a tackle box, and it's going to be the most ADHD tackle box you'll ever see. It won't be the best of each thing, but it'll have something that you can catch pretty much any species, from 4-inch chubs to, you know, 50-inch muskie. Right now we just basically use a bucket and a backpack. Everything I need is either in the bucket or the backpack. Hey, Jamaica Shore Fishing, welcome in, buddy. Yeah, we're having a good day, believe it or not. I say that surprised, but this is a crappy time of year to fish. But we got 2 big carp in today, 2 nice commons in under an hour. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. He looked like a prolonged. Oh, another $2. Stuart, he doesn't need any Mountain Dew. It's a school night. It's a school night. You know what? I'm going to heart that anyway, just because that's the kind of guy I am. Oh, look, I can't do the heart now. Stuart, I can't do the heart. Dang it. This must be what you experienced. I'm pushing. I got a super chat from Stuart the Fish Whisperer. It comes up. It gives the host this opportunity to heart it, or look like a total jerk and not heart it. And apparently I'm going to look like a total jerk because I'm pushing my thumb on the heart and I'm getting nowhere. Maybe I was too slow. There it is. I got it, Stuart. I showed you my appreciation for that. That's $5.08 from Stuart in American money. America. Oh, Jerry. Oh, yeah, that's right. I always forget. Jamaican Shore Fishing is Jerry. Is that a common name in Jamaica? I just don't think of it as a Jamaican name for some reason. I'm very biased, I know, as I live in the U.S. and we only believe what we watch on TV. So my idea of Jamaica is pretty much from one dude I worked with and then Cool Runnings. The American way. Got skunked this morning. Man, I've been skunked so much lately. And you know what? You got to embrace the skunk. That's what I've been doing this weekend. I've been hopping spots again, and then this is what happens. I find a spot where that's where they're at. So that's the way it goes. I mean, at least for me. I know you got a different. You're fishing in a different area. You're ocean fishing mainly, from what I look. Mike said, I'm retired. I live on Deer Creek. So much fun to show to some. Oh man, dude, Mike, I gotta definitely gotta link up with you. And yeah, definitely. This is our life, man. I used to race. I raced bicycles before we had kids. I was a fishing guide, and then I fell butt backwards into the sport of bike racing. I was into it in the '90s, almost into the Olympics, that level, and then I found like a weird discipline of doing ultra endurance stuff. I've raced across Alaska and Minnesota in the wintertime and done some like adventure races. Ended up doing that for a long time. And then when the boys got older and they started wanting to do stuff with me, it was time to hang it up. And so I kind of went back into the fishing because my kids both love being outdoors and hanging out in creeks, and that's where we're at. So perfect time for it. And Kevin's a nutball. He loves the whole scene up there in New York. Loves it. We fish. We used to camp at Brown's in Altmar, Brown's campground, and we'd camp there. And you can walk out of the campground and go right down to the creek. So we'd go down there to the trestle. Well, what used to be the trestle now, I guess, and deal with all that nonsense. But you know, having a little kid, for the most part, was pretty cool. People would like. They would hand the rods. He got to reel in a few. People would hand them the rods and stuff like that. But he's not like that. Like, he wants to catch his own fish. And one year we had a bad experience where they basically boxed him out, which I get. Like, you're fishing the holes, and he, you know, he was up to his armpits in this raging river. I had a rope tied around him, and he's out there up to his armpits, and they just walked right in front of him. And just, you know how it is. You got the two rude people that just didn't care that he was a little kid fishing in front of them. But for every one of those guys, like, it was so much. That's the way the world is. There's 8 awesome people, and then there'd be 2 jerks. So, you know, we went back to the campsite that night. He was a little upset. I mean, he's cocky too. Like, he wanted to go like right up to his freaking nose in front of those guys. I had to hold him back. He does not like to lose. But we went back to the campsite that night, and it was cold. We were wet from the night before. We're camping on the ground. And the guy next to us was from South Carolina, and this dude had like a whole hog in his cooler. And he cut us off some like fatback, I think it was called, and fried us up some bacon. And Kevin was in his glory the rest of the night. So we had a good time. Stuart, Wendy, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you both. Jerry is my nickname. Okay. I figured it had to be a nickname. But I know you said something about being up in Pennsylvania before. I believe you said you're up in Pennsylvania before. Did embrace it. May I have a coffee? Maybe have a coffee or bait for yourself. Stuart, good Lord, boy. Thank you very much. That's my 3rd super chat from Stuart. I think he fell asleep on the button and just like leaned his face on the keyboard and accidentally started donating money to me. All right, I gotta go back. I'm falling behind in chat. Yo, Buddy Biggs is in the house. What is up, buddy? How's your eye doing, man? What the heck happened? Guys, say a prayer for Buddy. Well, I guess you don't need to say a prayer now, right? Save that prayer for somebody else. He made it through. He had emergency eye surgery. I don't know the details. I'm not going to ask. But all of a sudden, he was going to the hospital for emergency eye surgery. And it's fun to think about what could have happened. I think it was probably a gold fleck. He likes to find gold. And then when he sees gold, he kind of loses it. He kind of goes a little nuts. And I'm guessing what happened was he was digging so hard, one of those flakes just jumped up in his eye. And he had to go dig it out, of course, because it's gold. That's just my theory. It's probably not true, but it's probably more fun than the truth. Yeah, cold front. You know what, Jerry? That's like today was a perfect example. We found a spot yesterday, and we moved around a lot this weekend, and we were just like trying to catch bait for catfish season. And we found a honey hole yesterday. We just slammed them. So we went back today with Lyle, my older boy, and I wanted to get some underwater footage in for the video. And man, we didn't catch a single one in that same hole. They were there, you could see them, but you know, it got cold overnight, but not a single bite. So I wasn't feeling too good about today, or tonight I should say. But yeah, the bite's was good. Mike said, my nephew does it now, plus stuff like 100-mile runs, etc. Seriously, 80 acres, camp here if you like. Any fish is great for a kid. At least that's how it was for me. Yep. Yeah. Any fish is awesome. We catch, that's where our name came from. We catch anything. And we will just travel the local creeks and ponds and lakes, and whatever's biting, it's the best way to teach a kid so that, you know, whatever they fall into, wherever they end up living around in the world, they probably know how to catch the fish that are most common there. Fish what's biting. Yo, Bern got in on the $1 donation. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you very much for that. I know I'm behind. I'm trying to catch up, but there's so many comments. I don't want to miss anything. I got a heart Burns here. There we go. Thank you very much, Bern. Super chat from Bern. He's another channel over in Scotland. Appreciate that very much. Buddy said, I'm hanging in there. First day of recovery from that emergency surgery is a little bit rough. Yeah. My retina had a big tearing in it, and I had to run in for emergency laser surgery. I'd have lost vision and that. Yeah, that was scary, man. That is frightening. I got the mellow yellow number up there. I got 888. That's what I got up there. That's plenty for me, man. 888, plenty for me. Save that money for when I'm out of work, which might not be. I might be fishing for a living again real soon, the way work's going. My buddy Jerry, Jamaican Shore Fishing, said my buddy hooked up today pretty good. Going to edit and post tomorrow. Sweet. We're excited. We go down the ocean every summer, so we were pumped to get back down there. We fish the Atlantic Ocean, and we just go like New Jersey area. We're not that good at it because we don't go down very often, maybe once, twice a year. But we've been starting to get down there maybe 4 or 5 times a year, 1 week, and then the rest like weekend trips. But we're going to be down there in maybe a month or two. As soon as the stripers start getting active, we're going to chase stripers pretty hard this year. There you go, Paula Tiger, which is Mike from New York, America. Subbed over to Jerry at Jamaican Shore Fishing. That's awesome. It's cool about YouTube is like once you connect to some quality channels and quality humans, because there's so many channels, like how do you pick? I always look for somebody who's actually like, you get to see them live, you get to see them in a video, and you can see that they're, you know, you can never tell for sure, but you can tell they're a decent dude, right? And that's like your sample of that part of the world, I guess. You get to see, you know, what they fish for, what they catch, how they fish. And it's a good way to soak in the culture too. Yeah, we're about an hour and a half from the saltwater here, Ray, for us. Hey, Taco, you missed 2 big ones so far. We got 2 big commons in today. I mean, really big commons. So pretty excited about that. I thought it was going to be another skunk fest here. Yeah, that's it. Lamar, Pennsylvania. Sometimes for hunting. Yep, yep. Yeah, the boys get a little bit older here. I will be looking forward to, offering our place up for people to come and hang out. Life's too chaotic at the moment, but, next few years things settle down. Kids get a little older. We'll definitely be looking to open up our basement for some friends to come and visit and hang out. And oh, I heard a bell. Is that the in-rod? Do you guys hear that bell? Let me check the line tension. I'll be right back. I don't know. Definitely heard bells though. They're all pretty tight. Ray, you got, like, there's a good part of Florida, that's Ray from Fishhead Videos. Then there's the other part of Florida, which is Smallwater Charters. Yeah, I know. It's a very I know it's a very ignorant opinion, but it's kind of it's realistic, And I'm not saying like that's exactly what Jamaica's like. That's exactly what Florida's like. But you know what they're fishing for, so you start learning what species live there and that type of stuff. And what I find most cool is like how they fish, and like, do they surf fish? Can they sleep on the beaches and stuff? And I know you gotta take everything with a grain of salt because it's YouTube, and you're catching everybody in their best moments on the long form videos. But I think you know what I mean. Taco, we were out this morning. You'll see him in our video next week. He is very prominent in our next video, but he is actually out swimming now. I told him I was going to come fishing here, and he told me this spot stinks. So serves him right. So we have a multi-species fishing tournament to do Saturday, and I just don't know. It's so tough. Like, you come here, you can catch a big carp. You might be able to catch a catfish, but like, we got to catch. You don't know what your competition's going to do, but there's, I think, 10 different species that you can catch, and you score points for the points are scored for the 3 biggest specimens of each species. So, and you only score once. It's not, doesn't matter. You can't catch 3 big carp and get points for first, second, and third. So there's a lot of gameplay. I just want to go right down to Philly and have a chance to catch a huge catfish. But say you catch a monster catfish. It doesn't matter that it's a 60-pound catfish and you get top points. That's all you got then is one species. So there's definitely gameplay. And if we stay local, well, I was going to say there's a spot where we can catch largemouth, but We kind of got, I checked those spots out today and they were nothing. Nothing was happening yet. It's been too cold. But this week's going to be warm. So, I mean, it's tough. It's a game time decision, I guess. We'll fish a lot this week, figure out what's going on. Chad was trying, yeah, Chad, I guess internet's not as good down there. Chad's back in the woods a little bit. Miss Joan, welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. What time is high tide, Boab? Asking on Brother Ray's behalf. We're always at high tide here. This is not a, we're not even near the ocean. Fortescue, New Jersey for striped bass. Be crowded. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go down towards Sea Isle. Only because my buddy runs the Boulevard Bait and Tackle in Sea Isle. So I'll wait till he tells me, get your butt down here, and then I'll go get my butt down there, basically. It's probably going to be our approach. And I say that because we have a spot that we can rent a cabin at down there. And so we'll go down there and we'll spend maybe 2-3 days down there and rent the cabin. And that way we can fish, get cold, come back to the cabin, warm up, go back out. And that, I think, is our best chance. You can go to a great spot and get cold in 3 hours and have to go home and your day's over. So we need a spot where we can get back and, you know, get a 10-year-old warmed up again. So I think that's going to be our approach. Got 12 awesome people in here. Appreciate that. 20 thumbs up. Taco's another Floridian. Fishhead Videos is a Floridian. Fishhead's another, he's I think our newest member. Appreciate that. We'll probably do a members only live here tomorrow morning. I don't know how long I have to do the math because I got to get down to the office, but I'll probably pop up here in the morning. I might move up under that bridge. Not sure if we do the bridge or do this section. Probably stay live for another 20 minutes or so. The bite has slowed. Another reason I don't like to burn out my spots. I was just down to one of the spots we used to fish, and it's now marked no fishing by the park. So they do not want anyone fishing a certain area anymore. So you got to be careful. You go and you post a video, and next thing you know, word gets out, and there's 100 people fishing that spot. And they might not do what you do. They might leave their trash behind. And once that happens, then the people who live around there complain, and the park's got to, or the police, depending whoever manages that area, they got to figure out how to manage that problem. Easiest way to manage it is close it, just close it down. Yeah, Ray joined the Jelly of the Month Club. I still have to post the thumbnail, but Ray, Stewart, any other members still hanging out here. Tuesday night, we're doing our merch giveaway. We're gonna do, I finally got my paycheck from YouTube. So I was kind of like dragging my feet a little bit because things are tight. But I finally got my paycheck from YouTube, so I'm gonna burn it on merch. And we're gonna do 3 giveaways Tuesday night at the member only live right after the How To Tuesday. And I will have all 3 prizes drawn within 30 minutes, but you do have to be present to win. So if you want a decent shot, decent odds at winning, come on in. There will be one drawing that is for all members. There will be another drawing for chubs and sharks, and then a third drawing. I think that I got to read what I promised on my benefits. I'm going to go by that. But I think maybe it's chubs and sharks will be in all 3. drawings, and minnows will be in just one. I wanted to open it up for minnows a little bit. Minnows they give me $1 a month, which is awesome, so appreciated. And the chubs are $2.99 a month, and the sharks are $4.99 a month. And it's a huge deal. It's a huge deal, offsetting costs and things, and it'd be real easy to just take 2 months off if it wasn't for the members keeping you going. But I am not gonna. I also want to make sure everybody that watches my videos feels appreciated, because it's super appreciated. Couldn't do it without everybody. I mean, YouTube works on algorithms, so it takes everybody watching your stuff, giving you the thumbs up, sharing you out. That's what makes the successful channel. I gotta stand up. So the carp bite have slowed, but I'm curious to see if we'll get into the catfish as it's getting dark here. This spot used to be money for channels, but people start coming down here and just taking them all out. Plus, there's a lake that this drained from, and they used to stock that lake with channel cats, and they stopped stocking it. I don't know why, but they stopped. They haven't stocked up there in 13 years, so all we have left are like the naturals that have bred in the stream. And there's not a lot of good deep holes because they removed all the dams that used to be along here. All those dams are gone now. There was this whole theory that the water level was going to come up and the shad were going to run. Well, none of that ever happened. All we're left with is a dry creek in the summer now. All right, man. Go get some rest, buddy. Go get some rest. Jeff Beal, I got one of these with your name on it in the freezer. I'm testing it out. Testing one out on the middle rod here. We're in a spot where it has a couple little channels we've caught out of here before, so see if we can get one on the bait. We did get 2 nice carp out of here tonight, though. Close to my PBs, actually. Can't be my PB if I don't measure them, but they were big ones. Curbside, there you are. Welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Hope I didn't miss anyone else. Yeah, Ray, same thing, man. We go into a spot, we leave with like a bucket of trash. And, my car is a mess. And part of the reason is our buckets, like, whatever we take out, we pick up all this fishing line. And next thing you know, it's all tangled in our gear, and it's just a mess. Someday I'm gonna witness somebody leaving trash, and I'm just gonna lose it on them. There's a lot of pent up anger over that over the years. Yeah, we're not far. I fish a lot around my house, so I live within 5 minutes of here. I'll say that. Yo, Ted. Ted from Off the Hook Outdoors is in the house. Welcome in. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping over here. Put 2 big commons on the side here in the first 45 minutes. We got 2 rods out for carp, and we got the middle rod out with dead creek chub. So going either for, we could catch a muskie on that or a channel cat. There's channel cats in here, or a big bass too. There's some big smallies, and caught some nice largemouth out of here too in the summer. There's a dam right below us. Yeah, rest up, Ray. I might rest up too. Might just lay on the ground here and sleep. Stuart asked me a question. I answered your question. Let me go up. What's your question? You're gonna make me go all the way up there to find your question? I'm waiting to see how much Griswold has on the screen. I answered that question. Let me go up. How much have you got in your screen from donations? I already told you that. $8.88 in America money. That's America money right there. $8.88. Oh, big block of scrapple. There's nothing more Pennsylvania than that right there. That sounds awesome. It's funny, when the bacon prices shot up around us and the scrapple prices didn't. So we've been eating a lot of scrapple around here. I need to find some fatback. I've got Lyle's whole deer ground, most of his deer. I'd say 80% of Lyle's first deer is in the freezer. And I butchered it and put it in like chunks of meat. And I'm gonna grind that all up and make breakfast sausage with it. But I need to get fatback, and I haven't found it any yet. There's a spot like an hour from us, but I'm not driving an hour. It'll like ruin my whole day. Scrapple is kind of like the word. It's scraps, and it's pig. I believe it's always pig, and it's the scraps when they butcher up the pig, and they take it all and they grind it, and they add like a flour paste to it, and it forms like this brick, and then you cut that into slices, and then you fry that. It's delicious with like eggs. It's usually served breakfast. You can make sandwiches out of it, but it's like a popular breakfast meat here. And I've recently learned that each company uses different parts of the pigs. Like each company, if you read the label, is, oh, I just saw a line go. What line was that? Maybe just the wind. That must have been the musky rod. I have that line a little looser than the others because I have like an egg weight on that so that they can take up the loose weight. Let that go. Quit your job and fish full time. We love you. I'm thinking about it, Stuart. I'm thinking about it. Work's helping me with that decision. Appreciate you, buddy. That did it. $11.42 in America money right there. Freedom dollars. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate you. Yeah, you guys, what I'm talking about is I was doing, been doing the same work for like 20 years on and off, and was told that I was going to get laid off basically in June, and then kind of got told that I had to take this new position where I was basically getting laid off. So I had less than 24 hours to make a decision, and I pulled the trigger on it rather than get laid off and be more risky, not knowing if I was going to get a job after getting benefits. So I'm now like a consultant, I guess you'd call it, for the same company, and it's not fun. And it nets, I think, a lot less money. They give you a raise and everything, and they do all the dirty work behind the scenes. So I think I'll be making a whole lot less money, and I'll be basically working almost twice the hours. I'll be probably working 80 hours a week, or on call 80 hours a week, and a whole lot less, a lot more stress. So we'll see. We'll see. Yep, YouTube takes their cut for sure, and it's a huge cut. Yeah, we'll have to get smart if we Ted knows the deal. We'll have to get a lot smarter and do a lot more stuff through like PayPal, and when we go if we were to go full time. But I do have my guiding license, so I would definitely be going back into that business down here. But that's just a little, not a dream, just a thinking thing, because really long-term plan is to be back in Alaska in 5 years, guiding up there and running the channel from Alaska. But we'll see how that works out. There's a guy I know makes deer salami with pig fat and deer meat and ages it until it gets moldy on the outside. I've heard that too. And then trims it off. And, yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, Stuart, in case people don't know, Stuart has fallen asleep and his head's, don't wake him up. His head fell asleep and landed right on the donation button. So just let him go. We'll talk lowly and do an ASMR live here. And every 15 minutes we get $2 apparently. Yeah, I know. I figure that's why you do those membership packages. That way if somebody gives you 5, you get 5 or darn close to it. Yeah, it's smart. It's smart. YouTube makes it nice and easy, and there's some value in it because some people don't even think about it or know it's like a possibility. Like I know, there goes my glasses. I've gotten some awesome donations from Stuart and Bulk specifically off of YouTube, but Bulk is such a legend that he also knows, like he's like, you know what, I'll donate a few dollars here and there on YouTube too, just to let other people see it and know, it's great advertising for your channel, but also it might get other people donating too, so that's cool. And that's kind of what I do. Not that I have a lot to throw away. It's like when I give somebody $2 online, it's like, it's just to like brighten up the day a little bit. I know YouTube's gonna take their humongo cut of it. Stuart, you can't pay me enough to be nice to you. Back to PA from Florida. Are you leaving today or are you still down there? What did he say? Hello, they're waiting for the Uber to the airport. Don't rush up here. Hey, Ted. $9.99 from Ted. I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate that very, very much. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, we have a rod that I have to get lined this week, and it's a good combo. I mean, it's darn close to $300 combo deal, and a good percentage of that was from Bulk. He got me close enough where I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna buy anything but the best reel for this combo now, so I upgraded the reel. But I got a nice Mad Catz glow-in-the-dark setup, so when we go out on these big catfish trips and all night long in the city, we're gonna have at least one rod that can handle record fish out of the Schuylkill River. Yeah. Can't let Stuart get all the attention. Chad, that is the plan, buddy. That is the plan. Hunting and fishing, and I mean, I'll be honest, like, we don't buy beef. We don't. We take a few deer each year. I got a buddy who gives me deer meat each year, and that's what we do. I mean, I'm not gonna brag too much, but we eat fish twice a week, and it's not like a trout each. Like we freeze it up and preserve it the right ways, and we have plenty of food. And when I say we eat fish twice a week, I mean 2 dinners, and that's probably the next 3 lunches for me as well. I know people say mercury and all that or whatever, but that's why I have it twice a week and not every night. But we eat a lot of everything we keep, we obviously eat, but I mean, we eat venison, I'd say 4 times a week. And we have our own chickens that do their own eggs, and I would just, instead of having 10 chickens, I'd probably have 30 chickens, and I'd start raising meat, poultry, and I would do the whole 9 yards. Because I've done it all in Alaska. I just don't have time to do it here, and it would free up the time to do that. So I would do that. Plus permaculture. Like, I used to be a big gardener and permaculture guy, and I grew a pretty killer garden in Alaska, which is not easy to do. So I would do all that stuff to offset, you know. Basically, I mean, the reality of the situation is I'm really a trophy husband. My wife makes, now she makes more than I do. So, I mean, that's the bottom line that makes this work, is I'd be a trophy husband. And I'd basically fish and garden and put the kids on the bus, get the kids off the bus. Yeah, it's a good way to spend some time, right? So Phoebes are good up at Seven Springs. That's awesome. Put an order for a trip to Seven Springs for our trout trip, hooks, lures, and some chunky cheese along with the Phoebe lures. Yeah, those Phoebe lures are awesome. I know them because I work with a lady for years now whose daughter's name's Phoebe. So I've always that name just sticks in my head. Uh, Nolan said nothing new today. He got like, I'm gonna say 6 different species yesterday. Hey, mom and sons, welcome in. Good to see you, Tammy. Have to cook dinner. Yeah, what time is it? I probably need to cook dinner too. I've got 2 deer steaks marinating that I got to go home and get ready. Can't stay up to cook. It's the last dinner for Artie. Shipping his butt home tomorrow. See you later, Artie. Safe travels. People are like fish. They smell after 3 days. Time to get them out. That's what we used to say when we lodged people in Alaska. There's Kelly, the Bullock Experience in the house. Thanks for coming in. Things have slowed down. We're not going to stay out too much longer, but we caught 2 big carp in the first 45 minutes. Getting a little chilly. The wind's picked up a little bit, and I do have dinner duty tonight, so I should probably go home and cook. Yeah, if we didn't love Artie, we wouldn't talk about him. That's how it goes. If we're not talking about you, then maybe get nervous. I gotta get up and get some blood flowing. Yeah, I think I'll shut this thing down. Let you all find another channel if you want to watch. I'm sure somebody else is live out there. And I really appreciate everybody coming in. The super chats from Ted at Off the Hook Outdoors, and the multiple super chats from Stuart, who still got insulted by me even after giving me money. But that only means I like you, Stuart. It's getting chilly. I'll probably leave that other rod out, but I want to start packing up everything. And my phone's just about dead because we were out all day and I was taking a lot of shorts and stuff with it. And I didn't bring anything external because I thought we were going to get skunked. Keith Doc, welcome in, buddy. There's another member. Awesome to see you. First 45 minutes were smoking here. We were getting hit the whole time, and then we caught 2 big old common carp. I would say they are two of the top 5 biggest I've ever caught, which is surprising out of here a little bit. I've caught a lot of small ones here. I've never caught anything big, but they were both big, big carp. I say big, not measuring them or weighing them, but they were big. Big for me. But I appreciate everybody coming in. I suppose Kevin needs to come out of the water. Yeah, he's swimming till 5 o'clock. We come this way. Yeah, he was swimming till like 5 o'clock tonight, so he's probably coming home by now anyway. If I catch anything, I will certainly film it. You know, I will. And other than that, I think I might rig up all 3 rods for for catfish and throw them out there. It would be nice to actually catch a catfish, since I'm doing like a how to catch bait for catfish and haven't really caught a catfish, so it kind of looks like I don't know what I'm talking about. But I am fishing in February in Pennsylvania. But yeah, I love you guys. I really appreciate you all coming in, hanging out, and the support has been amazing. And you know, Kevin loves you guys too. I mean, every day it's all he talks about is the channel and fishing. So I'm kind of not forcing him. We fish a lot, and I've been keeping him not off camera, but when I'm on camera, it's usually this type of fishing, which is not his favorite. He likes to be running around the creeks. So spring is coming, trout season is going to start, bass and all that fun warm water species. And that's kind of what, like, you know, he was really into. We'll do more lives like that on the creeks this year, where you get to see him being Kevin. And he's a clown for sure, you know. But I'm going to get out of here. Good seeing y'all. Thank you guys. Thanks, Steven. You guys have a good night. I will go, I'm going to do a members only live here tomorrow morning. So sunrise, it's going to be early, like 6 a.m. I'll be here in the morning, members only. And then Tuesday, we'll probably be here again or somewhere near here, public. So if you're watching, public live Tuesday morning, carp, cats. Tomorrow, member only. Peace out.